Good evening, all of you. Welcome to the first day of our workshop on the art of research paper writing. And in this particular session, we will be discussing about what is Scopus, what is Web of Science, and the relevant information. So the very important question is when you do your internship, your mini project or mega projects, so your faculty members or your friends may be asking for you to write a paper related to it and present that paper either in a conference or submit that paper to a journal. So you may not have all relevant information where we should publish our work. So, in this particular session, we will be discussing on which platform you should publish our work. And in upcoming sessions, important things related to how to write the paper will be discussed by other faculty members. So, overall, this particular workshop is designed in such a way that after completion of this workshop you will be in a position to draft your project work, mini project work or internship work in a such a way that it can be published either in conference or a journal. So with this I will start my today's session. So when you compare the two institute, let's say Massachusetts Institute of Technology USA and IIT Delhi, and if you ask that which institute will you prefer for your higher education, so definitely you will say MIT USA. Why? Because according to QS World Ranking, this is the topmost university. So you considered QS World Ranking is one of the parameter while selecting the institute. Again, there are so many other research related factors are also there. Again, you may be looking for a better job opportunity. So before taking admission to any institute, we consider so many parameters and then we decide our institute. Why I am taking this particular example? Because the analogical answer is there while selecting a journal, which research paper we should refer. Now we know that MIT is the best institute in the world. IIT is one of the best institutions in India. Then why did you take admission to PCCOE? The thing is that you can try for IIT or MIT, but based on your capability, based on your marks in the CET examination or other examinations, you will find out where you will get admission, and accordingly you will provide options, and based on your marks and the cutoff of that institute you will get admission. So similarly, in our project, what we do certain project work, we do some research, we write some paper, and based on the quality of our project, dedication of our work, we decide where we can publish our work. So that quality decide whether your paper will go to a journal or a conference. If it will go to a journal, then at what level it can be published. So this is the analogical example. Furthermore, suppose there is a college in India which is not approved by ACT, not approved by any university, and in that institute, faculty members, teachers, and facilities are not up to the mark. So, will you take admission to such institute? Of course not, because before we take admission we check all these parameters. Similarly, when you write an article and wanted to publish at a particular conference or a journal, you need to check whether the quality of that journal or a conference is up to the mark or not. If it is a fake journal or predatory journal, you can publish your work, but scientific community will not accept your work. So make sure that whatever work you are doing, draft in a very well manner and try to identify a best conference or a journal to publish your work. So with this, we will start our session. Again, if I say to you, PCCOE Pune is better than MIT USA, will you believe in me? No, because you know that the quality standard of MIT is very high. Next question is, And second thing is, I am saying, so you will not believe in me, you will believe in QS World Ranking. You will see the research carried out different organization, and based on that you will make your decision. And similarly, based on all these parameters, you will choose your college or university. So while writing journal papers or conference paper, which parameters you have to consider, this is our prime objective. So, in case of journal, let's consider first journal, Reliability Engineering and System Safety. Second journal, International Journal of Quality and Reliability Management. And third one is IJERT. So, these are the journals. And we have to decide which is the best journal for my work. So first of all, we need to find out whether the quality of these journals are good or not. If quality is good, then which is best one, which is worst one. And based on my work, where should I submit my work? So we will start, and in this particular presentation you will get answer to all these questions. What is peer review journal, what is conference, what is impact factor, what is I-10 index, H index? So many terminologies are there, and these questions will be there in your mind, because your professor says use good quality papers for literature review, and you don't know what is Scopus, what is SCI, what is impact factor. You also not in may not be in a position to say what is a journal paper, conference paper, and book chapter. So all these answers you will get. And first of all, I will start with what is a journal paper, then the important terminologies and parameters that decides quality of journal will be discussed. Then we will see what is a book chapter, what is a conference paper, and we will summarize our work so that you will get future direction. So, what is a peer review journal? So, peer review journal is also called as a refereed journal or scholarly journal. The articles written by the expert in a given research area, and the article will be reviewed by several other experts working in the same research domain. And after review process, your article will be published in that journal. So if this scientific process is followed, then your article and that journal will be called as a peer reviewed journal or scholarly journal. For example, if you write a paper on reliability analysis and optimization of a machine tool using Taguchi method, if this is the title of your paper and work, then what you will do, you will find the journals related to your work. So these could be the some of the options of the journal where you can submit your work. Now, when you submit your paper to these journals, the paper will be assigned to the reviewers who will have expert in reliability engineering domain, data analysis domain, then system reliability modeling, Taguchi method. So whatever top keywords that you used in your manuscript, the similar reviewers will be identified by the editor of the journal, and the paper will be sent to them for the review process. And if the reviewer said that the quality of the paper is up to the mark, then with certain modifications your paper will be published. But if the reviewers think that the quality of the paper is not up to the mark, then your paper will be rejected. So this is the scientific process to assess your research work and published in the journals. And those journals who follow this particular process are called as peer reviewed journals. Now, generally, when we publish our work and when we refer some research paper, then we say that, sir, I use papers from Science Direct. Sir, I use from paper from ASME. But my dear friends, these are not journals. These are the publishers or publishing house. So we should understand the difference between publishers and journals. For example, if you consider an example of Elsewhere, so Elsewhere is a publisher and they publish more than 200 2500 journals. So your duty is to find out the relevant journal from this big count, and from that you need to find out important papers related to your research domain. So similarly, along with elsewhere, Springer, Taylor Francis, Wiley, Emerald, Bagel House, ASME, ASC, IEEE, these are the some of the well-known publishers or publishing house. These are not journals, these are the publishing house. Just like Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering is an engineering college, and under that department, mechanical, electronics, civil, these are the department. Just like that, elsewhere, Springer, these are the publishers. So whenever you say, sir, I referred a paper from elsewhere, then you are wrong. You need to mention the name of the journal. Now, generally we think that if we select a research paper from these publishers, so all work is very good. So practically it is not the true case. So you need to again think about other parameters related to those journals in order to decide the quality. Because many a times what I see, sir, I use papers from elsewhere publisher, so all literature papers are good. So practically the answer is not good. Okay, because there are certain journals which are related to these popular publishers, but they are not up to the mark. And again, there are certain independent journals who are not part of these publishers, but they are very good. For example, Acta Polytechnica Hungarica is a journal which is indexed in SCI and Scopus Quartile 1. So you may ask, sir, what is Scopus, what is SCI? So that we will discuss. But here I wanted to highlight one point, that is elsewhere, Springer, these are the publishers or publishing house, these are not journals. They have many journals, and you need to find out the most relevant journal related to your domain. Now, the elsewhere publishes more than 2500 journals. So how to decide its quality? So for that, you need to come across a word indexing. So that indexing will help you to decide the quality of the journal. For example, if your paper is or the journal is indexed in Web of Science or Scopus or Google Scholar, it may be good. But in scientific community, generally if you publish a paper in Web of Science or Scopus, you will get good credits. And if it is not indexed and only indexed in Google Scholar, then it will not be considered as a extraordinary work, it will be considered very average work. So make sure that whenever you are selecting a conference or a journal, it should be indexed in Scopus. Second thing is that again, Web of Science, there are so many terminologies. For example, SCI, SCIE, then ESCI, then SSCI and AHCI. And as a engineering students, you need to focus on SCI, SCIE and ESCI, because these three categories are related to our engineering domain. Remaining two are related to art, science and humanities and other research domains. Now, when we talk about Scopus, then in that case, you there are four quartiles: quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, and quartile 4. So, suppose I am working in the field of reliability engineering. So, in reliability engineering, let's say 100 journals are there, and according to their quality, if you rank, then top 25 journals will be in quartile 1, then next 25, that is 51 to 75, or 51 to 75, these will be in quartile 2 and so on. So top 25 paper quartile 1, second 25 quartile 2 and so on. And when we talk about Web of Science, Scopus, and all these things, in my opinion, we should try to publish our work in the journals which are indexed in SCI, SCIE, quartile 1, and quartile 2. So, this should be our final target. And I will tell you, if you work very hard from your third year engineering, then definitely you can publish your work in those journals. But as a student, you can initially try with the Scopus Index quartile 3, quartile 4 journals, or you can also try with emerging source citation index journals, or you can try with conference and book chapters. But make sure that whenever you are publishing your work, it should be at least indexed in Scopus or Web of Science. Minimum, these should be your standard. Below that, the scientific community may not accept your work. So these are the important outcomes from this particular slide. Now the question come in our mind, sir, it is fine that we came to know about the things that we should publish in Scopus and Web of Science, but how to check whether a journal is indexed in Web of Science or Scopus? Then the simple thing you need to do, first of all, go to Google and search Web of Science Master Journal List. When you search this particular term on Google, whatever first link will be there, click on it, you will go to the official website of Web of Science, and you will see a search window, and in that you just need to put the name of the journal, let's say Reliability Engineering and System Safety, and click on search option. And if the name of that journal appeared in the list, then you can say that this journal is indexed in Web of Science database. If its name is not appearing here, then you can say that it is not indexed in Web of Science. And it is indexed in Web of Science, but where? So you can see here, SCIE, Science Citation Index expanded. So this is the indexing of that journal. So this is how you will come to know, or you can check whether a journal is indexed in Web of Science or not. Similarly, how to check if a journal is indexed in Scopus? So just search on Google Scopus, go to official website of Scopus. When you visit there, there is an option source. So click on the option source, and again in that you can select the option title and put a word, let's say reliability, and click on find sources. So when you put those options, you will see there are 20 journals related to reliability, and all are indexed in Scopus. And you can see the first one is Reliability Engineering and System Safety. So the journal is appearing in the official web page of Scopus, and that's why you can say that this journal is good ones because it is indexed in Scopus. If I say to you this is good journal, don't believe in me. Just go to official website of the Scopus and Web of Science and check if it is appearing there. Then you can say that it is good. So do not believe in anybody. Believe on the official website. Again, two more important terminologies are there. Site score, that we will be discussing in upcoming slides. And here you can see in the field of safety, risk and reliability, there are 165 journals. And out of 160, the rank of this journal is 5th. So its percentile is 97. So this percentage is above 75. So we can say that this is quartile 1 journal. Again, you can see there are so many journals related to reliability, and their corresponding ranks are also presented here. So here you can see the percentile is 73. So it is between 51 and 75. So this is quartile 2 journal. Again, on left side you can see option quartile 1, quartile 2. So you can sort the journal according to quartile 1, and you can get the list of journals indexed in quartile 1, and similarly quartile 2 and so on. So what I wanted to convey, whenever you want to check the quality of the journal, go to official website of Scopus or Web of Science and check if the name of that journal is appearing there, then you can say it is a good one. Again, you can click on this particular journal, then you will see a new window where so many things are given. And again there is option source homepage. So if you click on this particular page, you will go to the homepage of the journal, and there you can find out the related papers. So suppose you are working in the field of robotics, reliability of robotics, so you will find out related journal, go to their official website, and you can find out the related papers. Then As I mentioned, Google Scholar is also one of the indexing, but this particular option we use for only searching the papers. That doesn't decide the quality of the journal. So what you need to do, you need to just put on Google Scholar, go to the website scholar.google.com, and you will see a search window here. And related to your research domain, put a keywords, and you will see a lot of research papers. So those papers you can open and you can check the quality of those papers, and you can use it if it is related to your research domain. Now one more category is there. As we are staying in India, and the University Grant Commission is one of the organization who also talks about quality of the journal. So, if a journal is indexed in UGC care list or UGC approved list, then you can say that the quality of that journal is also good. So, what you need to do? You need to put UGC approved journals, and whatever first option you will see on your screen, you click on it, you will go to the official website of University Grant Commission, and on that page only you will see the UGC approved list of journals, and click on this particular list. You will see there are two types of journals. First one is UGC care list group 1 and UGC care list group 2. See, when we talk about UGC care list group 2, so what they say, all the journals which are indexed in Scopus and Web of Science, they are a part of UGC care. So they are also saying that Web of Science and Scopus are good indexing. They talk about good quality journals. Again, apart from those, there are certain other journals whose quality is also good, and they falls under Group A, UGC Care List Group A. So what you need to do, you need to click on search, and you will search, you will see a search window. Just you need to put a keyword here, and you can get a journal. For example, if I put a keyword as a reliability, then I will see two journals which are not indexed in Scopus or Web of Science, but they are in the UGC care list. So you can also think of publishing your research paper in this journal as well. So whatever we discussed previously in the previous slides, we concluded that whenever we are referring a research paper, that paper should be from a journal which is indexed in Scopus or Web of Science or UGC care list. Again, if a, if a elsewhere publisher is there, they publish thousands of journals. Again, how to decide quality of the of a given journal? Then one of the important parameter is impact factor. So what is impact factor? So impact factor is a copyright word of Web of Science. So whenever a journal says the impact factor of the journal is, let's say, 5, then you need to verify with the official website of Web of Science, because nowadays there are so many fake journals. They say that our impact factor is 5, 6, 7, but make sure that if it is verified by Web of Science, then you can rely on. Otherwise, they may be a predatory or fake journals. Now impact factors are calculated for 2 years or 5 years. And how to calculate impact factor? So we will take one example so that you will come to know what is impact factor. Suppose a journal is there and they publish 100 papers in 2018 and 200 papers in 2019. So in those 2 years they publish total 300 papers, and these 300 papers referred by different researchers, and they will cite those papers in their paper, just like we put references in our report or journal paper. So these are called as citations. So for these 300 articles, 900 citations received, and in which year? In 2020. So impact factor for 2020 will be number of citations for the articles published in 18 and 19 divided by 300, that is number of articles published in 2018 and 19. So the answer is 3. So we can say that the impact factor for that journal for the year 2020 is 3. So this is how you can calculate the impact factor. But if the value of impact factor is high, then we can say that quality of that journal is very high. If impact factor is at lower end, we can say that it is not bad journal, but the quality is low. Just like we differentiate between Massachusetts Institute of Technology and IIT Delhi. So just like this. Then next part is how to check and where to check the impact factor of a journal. So again, I came to the official website of Web of Science. I put randomly a name of a journal. So one thing I verified, this journal is indexed in Web of Science and it is SCIE, but the impact factor is not appearing here. So I will go to the home page of that journal. So I will click on view journal profile page or official website of that journal. And you can see this is the official website of that journal, and on that you will see the impact factor, and the impact factor of this journal is 1.891. So this is how you need to verify what is the impact factor of a journal. So first of all, that journal should be indexed in Web of Science, then go to the official web page and check its impact factor. Then site score. As I mentioned, impact factor is a copyright word of Web of Science. Similarly, site score is a copyright word of Scopus. And the formula which is used for calculating the site score is a bit different. So you can see one example in table. So first column says the year, then in second column number of article published in each year it is given, and for these articles the number of citations between 2017 to 2020 is given. So in 4 years that particular journal, and for these particular 500 articles, how many citations are there? 1000 citations are there. So site score of that journal will be number of citations received in those 4 years for the articles published in those 4 years. So the site score is again 2. So if a journal is indexed in Scopus, its sky score you can see. Again, if site score is very high, quality of journal is very good. If site score is low, quality of journal is not up to the mark. Then again I came to the official website of Scopus, and again you can see the journal reliability engineering and system safety, and you can see the site score is appearing for all the journals. So we can say that this is the best journal, and accordingly other journals are ranked. So based on quality of your work, you can think of submitting a journal paper to appropriate journal. Suppose the quality of your article is not up to the mark, and if you target this journal, then definitely they will reject your paper. So first of all, you need to find out quality of your article and then accordingly select your journal. Now the question comes, how to decide the quality of the article or your research paper. Then in upcoming sessions, you will come to know about these terminologies. But at this point of time, you need to focus on writing the articles and discuss with your professor, or our research team is also available with you. You can discuss with the article, and based on quality of the article we will recommend you certain journals. Again, if I go to official website of reliability engineering and system safety journal, I can see site score as well as impact factor. And again you can see two different values are there. Site score is different and impact factor is different. I will not go into the details why two different values are there, but if site score is good, if journal is indexed in Scopus and Web of Science, the quality of journal is good, we can say. Now we will go to H index. So this is another parameter just like site score and impact factor that decides the quality of a journal. So what is H index? So we will see one example and we will try to understand H index of a journal and author. And H index is applicable to both for a journal as well as author. So suppose a journal publishes 8 articles. Okay. And for each articles, the corresponding citations are given to you. And now you can see H index is 6 here in this case. Why? Because even though journal has published 8 articles, out of 8 there are 6 articles are such that for all these 6 articles at least 6 citations have received. So we can say that H index means the number of papers that have received at least H number of citations. So in this case, out of it, 6 articles are there, and all 6 articles received at least 6 citations. So this is another indicator of quality of a journal. And how will you check H index? So you need to search on Google Shimago journal and country rank, and you need to go to journal ranking. When you click here, you will see a list of all journals, and relevant journal name you can put, and you can see here H index column. So if the value of H index is very high, quality of journal is good. If the value is low, you can see the lower level quality. Again, we will take one more example. In the search window, if I put IEEE transaction on reliability, so H index is 95. So we can say that this is a very good journal. And again, here I am telling you one important thing. IEEE transaction on reliability is a name of journal, and the publisher is IEEE. So that differentiation you should make. Previously I already discussed. Again, as I mentioned, for authors also the H index is there. So this is the profile of Dr. Rajkumar Patil, and you can see his profile, and you can see the H index is 6. So what is the meaning of this 6? Even though that person published so many articles, but out of all these articles there are 6 articles, and these 6 articles received at least 6 citations. So this is the meaning of H index. So it is for both author as well as journal. So again, based on that, you can also think about, or you can predict the quality of a journal or the impact of research published by the papers published by the researcher. Now H index, impact factor, Scopus, Web of Science, these are the parameters will help you to decide quality of a journal. And based on that, you can use research paper for your literature review, for your research work, to identify research problem. But many a times it's very difficult to publish your work in the journal papers because they are rigorously review your paper. So as a student, you can think about publishing your project work or mini project work in a book chapter or in the edited book. So we will try to understand what is a book chapter and what is edited book. So let's take one book, Design of Machine Element. So when we talk about this particular book, and most of the students are aware about it, this book is written by V.B. Bhandari. And all the chapters in this book are written by this author only. So this is a typical book. This is not an edited book. Then what is edited book? So edited book is a special book in which there are certain editors and they prepare outline of the book. So you can see in this particular book on biomedical application, there are certain chapters, part 1, part 2, part 3, and so on. So such type of proposal is prepared by this editorial team, and it will be made available in public domain. And if you are working in the field of biomedical domain, and if you came across such call for book chapters, then whatever work you did, you write its chapter and find out in which particular part your chapter is suitable, and just send your book chapter to the editorial team either through email or through a proper channel, and the channel will be mentioned by that editorial team. So this is how you can submit your work as a book chapter. So the basic difference between a book and edited book is, in edited book there is a editorial board who will prepare outline of the book, index of the book, and you will be the author who is submitting to that book, and your paper will be published as a book chapter. So this is also an another option for you. Now, as I mentioned, especially with that case, that book was dedicatedly for biomedical application. So the theme of edited book is very unique. Then, if we compare journal paper and edited book, the interesting thing about edited book is, if you publish an edited book or book chapter, then you may get more citations. So, for example, you can see this is a book on reliability engineering and it received 1352 citations. So, that impact of that book is very high. And very interesting point from student point of view, the acceptance rate is very high in case of book chapter if we compare with journal article. So if you write an article and if you think that it is very difficult to publish in a journal, then you can find out a dedicated book, and in that edited book you can submit your article. Now question comes, I wrote an article, then how, where will I get the information about edited book where I can submit? So suppose your research domain is reliability, then go to the official website of Scopus and put the keyword, and you will see there is a option book series, and there are two book series related to reliability. So what I will do, I will submit my book chapter to this particular book series. This is one option. Second option is this previous example. So such call for book chapter is also available in the public domain. So in that case, what you can do, you can just go to your Google and search call for book chapter on reliability, and you will come across so many options, and there you can submit. Now, many a times there is a confusion because many conference papers are published in edited books. So the question comes whether the book chapter and conference papers are same. So answer is no. So when we say a book chapter, then you can see this is the book series, Springer series in reliability engineering, and in that one of the book is statistical reliability engineering. And when you look at the index of this particular edited book, then you will see all the units are very much dedicatedly related to the topic of the book, and there is a proper flow of the content. So when we say a edited book and edited book chapter, then it is a special call. It is not through a conference paper. And when we talk about a conference paper which is published in edited book, then this is a typical example. So from title itself, you will come to know that there will be a variety of paper related to reliability safety, but different approaches will be there. And again, you can read here, it is a proceeding of iCrush 2019. So this is a book, but all the papers are taken from the conference. And when you open the index, from the title itself you will come to know that this is not a typical book. It is a book, but all the papers are taken from the conference. So such books are called as edited book, but papers will be from conferences only. Now, the question comes, what is a typical conference paper? So, Whenever you start working on a project or a mini project, you do some primary work, and you are not confident whether I'm going in a right research direction or not, and you want to check. So what you can do, you can write its paper, and you can submit your paper to your domain specific conference. There you will get an opportunity to present your research work, and when you do it, you will get some input. For example, you are working on a COVID data, you are applying artificial intelligence machine learning technique to analyze COVID data. So initially you will plot some data, you will get some information, graphs, and so many things, and you will prepare your paper, and you can present that paper in the conference. So if you prepare a paper like this, and if you are not confident about your work, then you can go for a conference, and such incomplete research work, that papers are not a journal paper, they are conference paper. But the extended version of the conference paper can be published in journals as well. Now the very important thing is that whenever you are planning to submit a paper to a conference, make sure that it is indexed in Scopus or Web of Science. If it is not indexed in Scopus or Web of Science, in my opinion, you should not go ahead. And one more thing, whenever you are planning to submit a paper to a conference, that conference should be related to your domain. For example, if I am working in robotics, then the conference theme should be robotics only. And what benefits you will get when you present your work in the domain specific conference? There are so many researchers who are working in your domain only, and they will ask you so many questions. So you will come to know what additional work you have to do. Again, there is a panel team who will give you input how you can improve quality of your research. So this is first benefit. Again, during that conference, you will get opportunity to meet so many people who are working in your domain. You can start collaborating for your research. Again, in my case also, I will tell you, in 2019 I attended one conference at IIT Madras, and that conference was dedicatedly on reliability. And on the same day, conference day, my PhD convocation was there, and the big question was in front of me, either to go for that domain specific conference or should I attend my convocation. So I decided not to go for convocation, PhD convocation, and I went for the conference. And as the conference was related to reliability engineering, so many researchers from reliability engineering was present, and I got opportunity to meet them and tell whatever research I did during my PhD, and that helped me to get an opportunity for postdoctoral research. So I met Professor Michael Peck from University of Maryland at IIT Madras. I interacted, I told my research work, and he offered me a postdoctoral research fellowship at University of Maryland. So you never know what opportunity you may get. So if you are planning for MS or PhD, and if you attend domain specific conference, then there you may uh, contact such professors, and they may offer you scholarship for your MS or PhD work. So n number of opportunities you may get, but make sure that the conference should be related to your research area only. Then, how to select a suitable conference? Sir, there are thousands of conferences. So, how to select? So, what I will do? I will go to Google, and I will just put a randomly some keywords. International Conference on Reliability, Maintainability, and Availability in 2022. As I am working in the field of reliability. So, you will see a lot of conferences related to reliability only. And what I will do, I will check one by one, and during this process you will come across certain links where you will see all the conferences related to reliability domain only. So again question comes, which conference should I attend? So again you need to read the theme and title of the conference, and find out most appropriate conference related to your domain. And once you check that, you will come to know that yeah, this is the best conference for my paper. And I will tell you, definitely you will get a lot of inputs during in that conference. For example, so I was talking about the iCrush conference. Through that, I got opportunity for the postdoctoral research. And if I go to official website of that conference, I can say that this conference is related to reliability. And when I l- look at the topic of the conference, theme of the conference, then reliability prediction is there. And my paper was exactly related to reliability prediction. That's why I decided to submit paper to this conference, and I got this opportunity. So conference will help a lot. So in my opinion, what you need to do, you need to first of all write your article. Then based on its quality, you need to find out either a relevant conference or a journal, and you can submit. So when I summarize this particular discussion, what you need to do, first of all, you need to find out the peer reviewed journals, conference proceedings, or books related to your research domain. This is very important. Once you find out journals, conference, and books related to you, in that you will get so many papers related to your domain. For example, if I am working on reliability of solar panel, then what I will do, in those journals, books, and conference proceedings, I will find out the papers which are published related to solar panel and reliability. So these papers I will find out from this particular step. Then once you get all related papers, what you can do, you need to sort those papers, because even though papers are related to solar panel and reliability, but all papers will not helpful for you. So you need to find out only relevant paper. That is also a challenging task, but you can do it. Now, once you find out the useful paper, you need to start reading it. And when you start reading it, ultimately you are doing your literature review. And in that literature review, you will come to know what is already done in that particular research area and what is the scope for future work. And that future work can be your project topic. Or if you already have a project topic, then literature review will help you which tools and techniques you can use. For example, if your research topic is application of machine learning algorithm for solar photovoltaic system, so literature review will help you which types of machine learning algorithms are more suitable for photovoltaic system. So that answer you will get. So do your literature review, it will help a lot. After literature review, you can complete your project and write article. Once you write article, then as I already mentioned, you can go for SCI, SCI, quartile 1, quartile 2 journal. But if you think that the quality of your paper is not excellent, then you can find out Scopus Index quartile 3, quartile 4 journal, or ESCI journal, or domain specific conferences where you can submit your work. Again, that's why I highlighted the work based on quality of your work. So we people are there to help you to decide quality of your work. So in brief, what is very important, you need to find out important journals, conference proceeding, books related to your area. Find out only useful papers. Based on that, form your research problem, complete your project, write article, and submit to a place where scientific community will appreciate your work, or other researchers will get benefit from your work, because whatever research work you are doing, that work is in your mind. But as a researcher, it is our responsibility to publish our work in the scientific community so that others will get benefit. Again, during that uh, publication or conference presentation, you will get also input so that you can also evolve as a good researcher. So that's it from my side. And related to this, I brought some important quotes which may be an inspiration for you. So research is what I am doing when I don't know what I am doing. Because you also have a question in your mind, sir, I don't know what will be the answer of my research. So research is that is only because we don't know what will be the end solution, but we need to use scientific approach to reach the destination. Then writing a paper is a very challenging task, I will tell you, based on my experience. But the secret of getting ahead is you need to start somewhere, right? And you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Again, search for the truth is the noblest occupation of a man. Its publication is a responsibility. See, Newton, Einstein, big researchers, they published their research work. That's why we people, after 300, 400 years, we came to know what they did. Similarly, you also start working from today, and after 4, 5, 10 years, if you become a great researcher, then the next generation will remember for you for your research. So it is your responsibility. And the moment a man sets his thought, so you can read those quotes, right? So these quotes could be motivation for you. So that's it from my side. If you have any question, the session is open for discussion. Yes, any question from your side? Yes, students, any question? Abhay sir, any question from your side? Hello, am I audible to you? Anybody?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Yes.